welcome to Greenhouse Family Garage, where great things happen. It's gonna be great! Isn't that what we say? Anyways, here's the deal. Today, we're gonna talk about, you've got that lug nut on your car, and it's either frozen, which you should use some penetrating oil on, or you've stripped it and it can't, or it won't come off. I'm gonna take this special socket that's made to, it's 1/2 inch drive, and this is a 3/4, and this has not reverse threads but reverse, you can see the swirls in there, and it's in reverse, so when I turn it counterclockwise it's going to actually take that, dig into that nut and help take it off, or stay dug in, because I'm going to hammer it on. So I'm going to be careful with my hand here. I'm going to put this lug nut remover, it's a socket, and it's 3/4 inch, and I'm going to put it, I'll make sure you have the right size, I'm going to put it over the lug nut, I'm going to tap it on. You saw it turn, you see it turn a little bit when I tapped it on? Well, that's dug in. Now that we've got it on, let's see if we can get it off. And what I'm going to do, I've got a long handled ratchet, and the socket's on there. I hit it with the brass hammer. Certainly wearing safety glasses. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pull. Now, I'm not going to yank it. I'm just going to give it a nice, start out smooth, steady pull to get this lug nut off. Let's see if it'll come off this time. And it's coming off. That easy, my friends. That easy. Look at that. Look at that. Now, anytime you have a stripped or frozen lug nut, you can't get it off with your regular sockets. Certainly, if you can see the threads of the stud there, you want to use some penetrating oil. But this will take it off. This is a real good socket. So with that, you're saying, how do I get that lug nut out of that socket? It's real easy. Now I hold my hand like this, and I make sure my hand's below the top of this, the top of the socket. Okay, I'm going to put in a 3/8 inch, because this is probably, I have a lot of different punches, but this is probably something that you'll have at home, is a 3/8 inch extension. This is an old one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my brass hammer and I'm going to hit that, okay, and it'll pop out, and there it goes. So you heard it. If you look at this lug nut, you can see the lines going like this where it dug in. Boy, that's a nice socket. That really takes the lug nuts off. All right, and then I'll just put it back on with my regular socket, because that lug nut is still good. I probably should buy a new one, but right now we'll use that. What I'm going to do is like I always do. I torque the lug nuts on, because I want them at the right torque so my rotor doesn't warp. Too many people over tighten, or they could even under tighten, but mostly it's over tighten the lug nuts on cars, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure they all have even pressure so it doesn't warp your rotor. Let's do it right, and do it right the first time. That was great. This is a preferred method. You want to take off those rounded off, or those rusted lug nuts that won't come off. I'm going to tell you, this socket, the reverse flutes in it, you've seen it up close, it works. It works great. If the wheel stud is visible, certainly use some penetrating oil on it. If it's rusted, I'm telling you, this works. It's durable. This is a preferred method. We'll have information down below. We'll have a link in the description. So if you want to see where you can get these, or you want to look at different ones, you can take a look, okay? We'll have that. And with that, what do? We like and subscribe the video. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the viewers. And I appreciate the time today that you took to watch this video. Let's use this information for good things and not bad. And with that, court's adjourned.